Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Now, let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker and I'm joined by our breaking news editor, Louise Moon. Hi, Louise. Happy Friday. Let's look at Delivery Hero, which at the moment is the biggest riser, isn't it, on the European stock market. Delivery Hero up significantly today. Why?
It is, yeah. The stock is really rallying this morning. Essentially, so we had a Bloomberg report saying that they're facing pressure from some of their large shareholders for a strategic review. So one of them, for example, Hong Kong hedge fund, their second largest shareholder, they're pushing for management to consider either selling the whole business or part of that business. And others have also kind of expressed frustration with Delivery Hero's lack of progress, that there's been, calls for them to streamline further to boost shareholder value. So they're facing this pressure to launch a strategic review that could potentially, if this goes ahead, lead to a sale. So Delivery Heroes, it's been performing very weakly. So their stock is down over 50% in the past year and nearly 90% off their peak. That was back in 2021. There's been kind of a rise in competition in the sector predominantly. So that's really hit them. And as part of that, there's also been a kind of increasing consolidation within the industry as well, within the food delivery industry. So all of this is kind of ties towards that shareholder pressure. We've been reporting that there could be some interest from competitors like Meituan in China and Grab in Singapore, but that's kind of to be seen. So we'll be keeping an eye and seeing if anything comes from this pressure from shareholders.
Okay, so that on Delivery Hero. Now we have a food theme today because we're also going to talk about Domino's Pizza. Why are they going through a tough time?
So Domino's Pizza Group, shares are dropping this morning in London. They've been downgraded by analysts at UBS. So from a buy to a neutral, and UBS also cut their price target. They're saying that's on a lack of what they're calling near-term catalysts. So Domino's Pizza Group, this is the London kind of subsidiary of the wider group. Their growth has really been hit more recently by macro headwinds. So, consumer spending, that's really hitting or slowing their openings of new stores. The CEO also recently left a few days ago. No kind of strong reason given for that. And their CFO also recently left. So there's kind of a lot of uncertainty with the business as well. So UBS has said that, they're seeing some weakness there, lack of near-term catalysts, and they would really need something strong to turn constructive again on the stock. So something like a strategy update, a successful new CEO appointment, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's interesting. So on Domino's Pizza Group, in terms of Mitchells and Butlers on earnings, big gains there. And also they've made some comments. Again, this is in the hospitality sector, right? They've made some comment on the budget in the UK.
Yeah, so they had their full year results today, so pretty strong for full year, and then they've noted they're trading into the start of the next year, so full year 26 is also coming in quite solid. So a good performance. Analysts are saying, they're outperforming. They think they're well placed to gain market share within that hospitality and pub sector in the UK. They did, as you say, warn about some cost headwinds. So they said they're going to face cost headwinds of £130 million next year. So they noted the budget as being part of that. They also spoke about wage increases, greater food inflation, all hitting them. And then there's also a bit of concern more broadly with the sector that consumer behavior, consumer spending could be dampened in the short term, also as a result of the budget. But shares climbing the most since May last year. So they were up at over 8% this morning. So a real focus there on their strong full year results and quite a positive outlook aside from those headwinds.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.